In an effort to lead this here show and other shows like it, Patriots offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels has decided to stay in New England. He was all set to be named the Colts' new head coach. Why do we think that? Well, the Colts did release a statement saying he had the job, and a press conference was planned, and he already hired assistant coaches, and he bought a Colt. But reportedly, he didn't buy a Colt. Reportedly, Robert Kraft sweetened his contract, gave him some love, and convinced him to stay. So let's start the bidding here. Cece, what is your reaction to McDaniels' decision?
What kind of job would he take? If the coach job is not good enough for him, I mean, it's not like 30 NFL owners are knocking down Josh McDaniels' door. I mean, like, let's not forget what his reputation is. Now, I know Bill Belichick, a lot like Nick Saban, a lot like Urban Meyer. Like, if you're a coach and you've had success, like, you can go to these programs and they kind of scrub you clean, kind of like the government, kind of give you a whole new identity.
Right.
But I remember who Josh was. So if he's not going to take the coach job, all right, what kind of job would he take? Next question would be, there must be something else wrong with Andrew Luck. And the third conclusion is, did Kraft give him enough in the conversation outside of the money in his contract that would lead him to believe he could be the next guy in New England? Like, those are all three of the things that I have to ask myself. Because, man, these NFL jobs are precious. We don't hear a lot about turning down NFL jobs. We hear a lot about turning down college jobs, but not jobs in the NFL.
Especially if this is your second go-around, because you may not have a third go-around at it.
And you mentioned, Chris, his reputation. That was before he reneged on a team.
What?
That was before he had a spotty reputation leading into this. What NFL team outside of New England now can trust this guy to be their head coach? Especially when you consider he is staying with the Patriots. We would not anticipate any time in the upcoming seasons the Patriots are going to be a team where their season is over prior to the playoffs. So there's already the added degree of difficulty if you want to hire a coordinator from a team that makes the playoffs. You have to wait a longer period of time. You make yourself more susceptible to this exact situation once again. And I want to lay out the exact timeline for the audience. He first interviewed with the Colts 3 weeks ago. We thought he might have the job then, but there was some speculation the Titans could want him as well. Remember the Titans? Oh, they're going to keep their head coach. Oh, if they win the playoff game, they won the playoff game. And then the moment they lose the next playoff game, he's out. And so, so maybe he doesn't go to the Colts. He has a second interview with the Colts. And then as of yesterday, agrees to the deal to the point where a guy like Matt Eberflus, and I apologize if I mispronounce his last name, he leaves his job to go sign with the Colts and sign with them. Mike Fair leaves his job to go sign with the Colts and signs with them. And then all of a sudden, it's, I have to do what's best for my family. And I don't disregard family considerations, but your family didn't grow or change or go through any machinations over these last 3 weeks. So I think you keyed on it at the end there about his future with the Patriots. But this isn't even Belichick reneging on the Jets, because he reneged on one head coaching job to take another head coaching job. Like, that was not only maybe not even a lateral move. That might have been a step up. This is unprecedented for a guy to have a head coaching job, turn it down after accepting it, to then stay a coordinator.
So if you read between the lines, you would have to assume that the words head coach had somehow, some way come up when Robert Kraft went back to Josh McDaniels and tried to convince him, sweetening the pot, if you will. Maybe there was more money. Maybe there was, hey, Belichick only has this many years left. Maybe there was, Belichick wants you back because you are one of the guys who can work with Tom Brady. There was a lot of speculation going into this. And I wonder if you say what other head coaching jobs out there, if you compared the New England Patriots in a couple years to the Colts next year, which do you think is a better offer? Even if you think the Patriots may or may not even be a real option.
Well, there's better ownership. So the Patriots are a better franchise. They got better history, and Kraft knows how to put people and delegate in authority. So there's no comparison between Irsay and Kraft.
None.
But No, there's no comparison at all as far as the way they go about doing business. But for Josh, you know, I gotta think about Andrew Luck. I'm not going to think as much about New England and what's going to happen there because we don't know that. And I'm not going to waste all my airtime guessing, okay, Bill Belichick's going to be there a year. Bill Belichick's going to be there 2 years. I'm thinking about the thing I'm going to concentrate now on Andrew Luck. What do the injury reports say about him? How long is it going to take? And as reported, is he going to need another surgery? So for the things that I will make important as far as trying to research is Andrew Luck and his overall health and Indianapolis. Now, what do they do? A month late in the head coaching process, who ends up taking that job?
Here's why that is not what I'm focused on. Because of the timeline. If it were he was offered the job, he pondered it, he went back to his second interview, was offered the job again, and then said, you know what? I'm good, then I would have totally been with you. Something's up with Andrew Luck. Chris Mortensen, one of your former colleagues, reported he might need another surgery. But as of yesterday morning,
that was his
he
job.
was on the phone with Irsay and accepted it. And then yesterday evening, he changes his mind. That is a very small window of time for new Andrew Luck information to come out. Now, maybe there was some Andrew Luck worry bubbling up. But I mean,
the Andrew Luck information could be just as likely to happen as Bill Belichick not coaching. The likelihood of which one is Andrew Luck's got a worse shoulder than we thought, or Bill Belichick is going to walk away from New England.
Well, I don't think Bill Belichick's going to walk away from New England this year. But I do think the meeting with Robert Kraft that happened after he agreed to terms, didn't sign, but agreed to terms with Indianapolis, that is the variable in this that appears to have changed the situation. And I know people are saying Robert Kraft sweetened the pot money-wise. I don't know what he makes as the offensive coordinator of New England. I can say with full confidence, you are not going to make more as the coordinator in New England as you would as the head coach in Indy. So while you could sweeten the money, you couldn't make the money even. And yes, the Patriots have a far better ownership situation, but one is a head coaching job, one is a coordinator job. I'm not saying Robert Kraft said to him, hey, you're going to be the head coach in a year. But I don't think Josh McDaniels does this if he is not fully confident that he is the next head coach of the New England Patriots. It's a hell of a gamble otherwise because of the reputation you started talking about at the beginning.
Cece, who does this affect more now? The Colts, a month into the process, where all the other guys that they've already interviewed already have basic head coaches already? Or the Patriots getting their guy back who Tom Brady feels very comfortable with going into the start of a season at age 40, 41?
Well, let's not put this out there. Tom Brady's going to play if they hire a small monkey to coach the New England Patriots, okay? Like Tom Brady's going to throw for 4,500 yards, 4,300 yards.
Regardless of who is
Yes, Josh McDaniels, let's stop that. Tom Brady has continued with all three. Charlie Weiss, my man Bill O'Brien, and all these guys have taken credit for Tom Brady. Tom Brady does most of his work during the offseason with the quarterback coach house in California. So, no, it affects both franchises. I just think New England was in turmoil after the Malcolm Butler suspension or him not playing an active suspension, the defensive coordinator going to the Lions, losing all those pieces and losing Super Bowl 52. I believe that Kraft and them wanted to kind of reel things in and stop some of the chaos because it's hard to replace your offensive and defensive coordinator and losing your third Super Bowl. So people talk about New England as how many Super Bowls they won. They've also lost as many Super Bowls as anyone in NFL history with 5.
Tom Brady co-signing this goes a long way to people believing him. The fact that if Malcolm Butler was caught with weed the night before the game or was missed curfew the night before the game, as many of the rumors have been, loosely, lightly reported rumors by not some of the best national media members, but rumors all the same that he had to respond to, if those were true, then I don't know that Tom Brady, right after losing a Super Bowl, is immediately, going to social media to comment on what a great teammate he's been, what a great person he's been. So I think that further validates what Malcolm Butler is saying.
And 100% Tom Brady knows.
Correct.
Like there's no doubt that Tom knows, just like I tried to tell you and you after the game, Like, if I was on that team, like, I would know the situation, and I would know how to approach it. And it's amazing that Tom Brady feels as if when he issues this post, Tom feels like he's got to come to defend him. Tom Brady doesn't have to do that. And Tom Brady has spent his career taking care of Tom Brady.
Right.
Tom Brady, he would not help Castle. He would not help Jimmy Garoppolo. But he's got a teammate in distress. He decides to do something that is not characteristic of Tom and the way he's conducted his career.
A guy in distress who, by the way, as you alluded to, he knows isn't even going to be a teammate anymore.
Yes.
So a guy that he, in a few months, won't have any professional connection to moving forward. You mentioned Malcolm Butler knows he's not going to be with the Patriots. I don't think he woke up Sunday morning knowing that. He woke up Sunday morning, I think, believing.
I think he knew and he's been trying to negotiate an extension with them.
But if
he knew that he was not going to get an extension and not be playing with New England before the Super Bowl.
I think you're forgetting one thing. Maybe I'm wrong. That after they traded Garoppolo, there was a lot of discussion they would have the franchise tag available for Malcolm Butler. Now, listen, maybe
they are not going. If you look at New England's history, they're not going to franchise a corner, and they've already got $60 million in Stephon Gilmore.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Like, they just gave Devin McCourty last year a contract extension. Like, so it's too much. They've never done business that way.
Okay, so you're saying he knew he was gone either way. Now he knows without any question. I think he now knows New England's not even going to offer me an extension. Maybe they would have offered him a courtesy extension prior. They're not going to anymore. But I do want to remind because the part about this that is so perplexing to me, and the part about this that I am going to be curious about and want to know the answer to until we get real corroborated information on what was going through Belichick's head, is him not playing at all. Let's remember how we know Malcolm Butler's name. He had Super Bowl 49, the amazing interception. He started that game as the 5th corner on the depth chart, did not play in the first half. Why did he go into the game? Because there was a corner, the nickel corner, I think it was Kyle Arrington, but I know it was the nickel corner for the Patriots in that game, was struggling. So they went to Malcolm Butler. Every corner on the Patriots on Sunday was struggling. The fact that they didn't make a mid-game adjustment goes so counter to all of the genius of Bill Belichick that we've talked about ad nauseum. That's the part of this that makes this so damn confusing.
That's why Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.